DPS reports an increase in vehicle thefts on campus. We'll hear from one student victim.
The CSU system is the latest target under the Trump administration for anti-Semitism claims.
Students react to Juju Watkins' decision to sit out the upcoming season.
Annenberg TV News is next.
Students are concerned about the increase in vehicle theft. Hi, I'm Andriana Yatsishin.
And I'm Connor Wyckoff. Annenberg Media reporter Malcolm Caminero is live with the story outside of Levy Library.
Appreciate you, Connor. I'm currently standing in front of Levy Library, one of the more popular bike spots on campus. But if you have a motor vehicle on campus just like this, please be wary. Campus safety is in a rut, and scooter and bike thefts have surged on campus over the last year, according to a new safety report that shows they rose nearly 13%.
This man found a way to open our pedestrian gate without the code. He threw a cord over and open, if you know what I mean, because you can open it from the inside without a code. So he opened the thing and came in to where we were and took my bike.
Vehicle thefts have remained the top reported crime at USC for 3 years in a row. DPS urges students to use heavy-duty U-locks instead of cable locks and to register their vehicle with DPS.
There are thousands of motorized scooters here, and unfortunately, sometimes students don't take steps to properly protect their property. With a scooter, I'm saying lock it properly with a high-quality lock. Lock it properly to a secure stand, a bicycle rack, something where thieves can't easily slip it off.
Last year. By comparison, burglary, the second most reported crime, totaled only 19 cases. That means for every one burglary, there were nearly 15 vehicle thefts on campus.
I did hear about it, and then now it's kind of oh, I gotta make sure that I am actually putting the lock right and all that, because sometimes I'm in a rush and I just click it, that's it. Yeah. So, but that made me more aware of it.
Actually, I've been here for 4 years. My scooter never been stolen before.
Now what I have with me is a U-lock, a much sturdier lock than the traditional cable lock. Wrap this right around your bike or scooter, and there's a good chance that it won't be stolen, but it's not a guarantee. It is a great way to deter any kind of thieves. So if you got a vehicle on campus, you've been warned. For Annenberg Media, I'm Malcolm Caminero.
Thanks, Malcolm. Now to Juju Watkins. USC basketball star announced on Instagram that she'll miss the 2025-26 season to focus on her recovery from the ACL injury that ended her NCAA tournament run last spring.
So I was really excited to see Juju play this year, but I really do think it's the best decision for her, and if she's able to redshirt the year and be able to have an extra year in the season, that'd be really nice for her.
I think that will force everybody to step up and want to be the next Juju, kind of be the next star for the women of Troy. So I would assume that they would all want to take on that role as being the team leader and want to play the best that they can.
Obviously, after last season when she had the season-ending ACL tear, I was looking forward to her coming back this season and us giving it another run at the chip, but unfortunately, it doesn't look like she's going to be part of that, so I don't know how it's going to play out now.
The sophomore guard has already cemented her place in USC history, sweeping nearly every major national award last season. She also led the Trojans to a Big Ten regular season title and back-to-back Elite Eight appearances. We're here with sports anchor Kyle Loquette on more of Watkins' decision. Kyle, how significant is Watkins' absence for the season?
Obviously, this is a major loss for the Trojans, but I'm really not thinking anything of it because this just brings for the rest of the team to step up in this situation. Obviously, this is a player that can easily get you 30 points a night, but the rest of the team is going to have to step up. Lindsey Gottlieb, head coach, she's definitely going to have to do her own coaching with the rest of the team without including Juju Watkins in this position. So it's definitely going to be interesting to see.
Nice. And how do you think the decision's going to impact fan excitement? Will student turnout be just as much as last year?
I really do think so. I really think it is because there's still a lot of exciting players on the USC women's basketball team. But I think we're still going to see the same amount of fans because people are going to see now how is this team going to perform without Juju Watkins. So I guess we're just going to have to just wait and see.
Great. Thanks, Kyle. We'll continue to follow Watkins' recovery and what her absence means for USC women's basketball this season.
The Trump administration is expanding its probe of alleged anti-Semitism on college campuses to include schools in the California State University system. The accusation surprised many students at Cal State LA. Most students we talked to did not even know there was an investigation. However, one student who was at pro-Palestinian protests says he has never seen instances of anti-Semitism.
At the CSU LA encampment, I lived there for the first 2 weeks. I was openly Jewish. I didn't receive or see a single instance of anti-Semitism. I was shown nothing but kindness and respect the entire time. We were there only to protest against the genocide and for the CSU to apply BDS standards.
CSU Chancellor Mildred Garcia wrote in an email, "I know this news may be unsettling, and that is understandable. Please be assured that we are responding appropriately." Some students are concerned how this could affect Jewish students and Palestinian supporters.
I think that the teachers can target students in regards to that specific background and make their decisions on how they want to grade them or treat them in any of that nature. So it could affect them tremendously.
It could go one or two ways. You know, the students feel less trustworthy of the school, or the school feels less trustworthy of the students to where they start implementing more, how do I say, stricter means to try and govern the students.
In April of 2024, protesters set up pro-Palestinian encampments on the USC campus. These appeared across the country and sparked debate about whether these protests were in support of the Palestinians or if they were anti-Semitic. We reached out to the university for an update on the investigation into USC. The university has not responded. Now it's time for Politics with Jose. Tonight, a proposal to end the war in Gaza. Let's check with Jose for the latest.
President Trump welcomed Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu today at the White House to present their plan for peace in the Middle East.
I also want to thank Prime Minister Netanyahu for agreeing to the plan and for trusting that if we work together, we can bring an end to the death and destruction that we've seen for so many years.
After several meetings with Prime Minister Netanyahu, President Trump presented a 20-point document that he says is only awaiting approval from Hamas. Trump also announced the creation of a board of peace, which he will chair, overseeing a temporary government in Gaza.
I don't think this peace proposal has a chance in hell of working. First of all, it's basically a proposal which is one-sided and is going to ram things down the throat of the Palestinians, and they're putting Hamas in a very difficult situation. The one thing that Trump did say was that Netanyahu is not going to recognize a Palestinian state, and they're not going to have peace in that area until they do that.
The proposed plan includes the beginning of a withdrawal of Israeli forces from areas in the Gaza Strip and an immediate ceasefire. If Hamas rejects the plan, however, Netanyahu warned that Israel may take matters into their own hands. That's all we have for Politics today. I'm Jose Trejo. Back to you, Connor and Adriana.
Thanks, Jose. USC Center for the Political Future hosted an event today with a high-profile panel on the role of the judiciary in modern politics.
I thought it was a great opportunity to say important things about the courts and constitutional law. Living through this period of history makes us realize that all of our democratic norms are more fragile than we might think they are.
The Trump administration is challenging norms and laws in ways we haven't seen for decades in many cases, and ever in other.
Courts will not necessarily be able to save us all the time, and that really what's most important is to have a set of norms where political actors and the citizenry as a whole take democracy and rights seriously.
Among the other panelists were Fernita Tolson, the Dean of the Gold School of Law, and Skye Perryman, CEO and President of the nonprofit Democracy Forward. For information about upcoming events at the USC Center for the Political Future, you can go to the Events tab on their website and view their calendar.
Eric Adams announced on Sunday that he is ending his campaign for re-election as New York City mayor. Adams became a prominent figure in New York City politics, facing scrutiny over corruption investigations and criticism of his leadership. Adams blamed continued media speculation and the city campaign finance board's decision to deny him public matching funds for his exit. Adams did not endorse any of his rivals.
Rumors in these scandals had a very direct and debilitating impact on Adams's campaign, no question about it. If you are a more centrist establishment Democrat living in New York, you might be asking yourself if running a governor who resigned in disgrace and a mayor who is caught up in so many personal and political scandals was the best way to push back against Mamdani. Rumors in these
Mamdani is currently polling at 45%, with Andrew Cuomo trailing at 23%. Eric Adams will remain on the ballot, but some young New Yorkers are hopeful for a Mamdani win.
You know, a lot of people are talking about this feeling of hope that is associated with Zoran, and like I agree. It's the first time that I've ever felt like, oh wow, a politician could actually represent me. And whether or not like he's going to continue and be honest about his policies is honestly less to do with him as it is to do with the public who will be responsible for voting or not voting him into office.
We'll see what this election has in store. Now, on to football.
Still ahead, the weekend's controversial end of game coaching decision.
Students expressed their frustrations about USC's new website portal.
And Bad Bunny will headline Super Bowl 60 despite previous worries regarding ICE. Experience USC is a new academic platform for students to use online this year, accompanying My USC EDU. But many are getting frustrated as they try to navigate the platform correctly.
I think for me it's been pretty difficult to navigate because I'm really unsure where a lot of things are found or what a lot of the tabs mean. But Experience USC is something like I registered for an event once and I didn't really know how it worked after that.
So I kind of am just like, oh, okay, this is not where my schedule is and also my transcript, but and then like what's the purpose of the portal now? It's just not super clear.
Experience USC I only used on the first week to just see where my classes were because I kept getting lost. I think everyone's confused.
While Experience USC provides students with their course schedule and upcoming campus events, its confusing layout leaves students wanting a better understanding of the platform's features. If you are encountering difficulty with Experience USC, you can reach out to consult@usc.edu with any questions you may have. The global reggaeton singer Bad Bunny announced he will be the halftime performer at the 2026 Super Bowl. USC students are excited to hear his most popular songs on football's greatest stage.
I don't know a lot of his music, but I feel like he'll put on a really good show, which is exciting.
I really enjoyed the J-Lo performance a couple years ago, so to know that another Latin artist is performing this year, I'm just really excited to see, especially because he's a solo artist.
I feel like he's the biggest global artist right now. I'm a huge fan. I feel like they've had some really good performances the past 3 or 4 years, so but I'll definitely be watching.
A USC music expert said the announcement came as a surprise to fans because Bad Bunny hasn't performed in the U.S. due to ICE's recent targeting of the Latin American community.
He was unwilling to tour in the United States because it was not only impractical but even dangerous at a time when the president has been encouraging ICE to racially profile brown people in the United States.
Bad Bunny will take the stage at Super Bowl 60 on Sunday, February 8th, 2026 at Levi Stadium in San Francisco.
Well, the beach is looking pretty sunny right now, but what about the greatest Los Angeles area? How's the weather looking?
Thanks, Connor. You're exactly right. I'm Dimitri Protonentis, and I'm here to give you weather worth watching so you're prepared and your week goes better. Because let's face it, not all weather is created equally. Some is just presented by Dimitri. Oh, hey, that rhymes. Let's get into your forecast for today. We're currently looking at 72 degrees and sunny. Nothing to complain about. I like to think of this job like Deal or No Deal, okay? This is obviously the briefcase. I'm obviously the model. We want low numbers, people, because that means the sweatshirts and jackets can come out, which I always appreciate. Just be mindful that you wear a light sweatshirt or jacket because 72 is still warm, obviously. And that's all for today. Getting into the week, we're looking at a lot of the same old, which is not necessarily a bad thing because we live in Southern California. Enjoy the sun, people. Get outside. That's all for today on Weather Worth Watching. I love you for watching today, and I'll see you next time on ATVN. Now here's my friend Kyle to talk to you about the latest in sports.
USC football suffers a devastating loss in the final seconds of the game against Illinois this past weekend, and Jaden Mayava has his first turnover of the season. Juju Watkins makes a big announcement for this upcoming season for USC women's basketball. Me and Ju will discuss two potential players that can contribute to the Trojans' success. Some old faces and some new faces at Lakers Media Day as LeBron heads into his 23rd NBA season. All that and more coming up next on Sports. All right, everybody, we're back now here with ATVN Sports. I'm Kyle Loke.
And I'm Judo Kanyas. Junior guard Juju Watkins tore her ACL last season in the second round of the NCAA tournament against Mississippi State. Watkins was injured in the first quarter after transitioning on a fast break when her knee buckled after attempting to drive the lane. USC is not just losing the best player in the conference, yet alone the nation, but a leader in the locker room. And trying to fill the shoes of a reigning Big Ten player, the Trojans have brought in reinforcements. The two newcomers to keep an eye on are McDonald's All-American Jazzy Davidson and UCLA transfer London Jones. Davidson was a highly decorated high school player out of Oregon, winning Gatorade Player of the Year 4 seasons. Jones finished her 3 seasons at UCLA as one of 4 players all-time to reach 200 made three-pointers.
Jude, we know this is a major loss for USC women's basketball. So what do you think the future of this team will look like?
Yeah, I think it's going to be very interesting. I think for Juju, it's a smart move, right? You don't want to, maybe get injured again, but I think we're going to see a lot more team-oriented basketball. It was a lot of isolation with Juju Watkins. I think at the end of the day, it's going to be smart to play a lot more team.
Yeah, I definitely think this was a move for the future.
We will see how the women of Troy will perform this season without their star player, since the season is only a month away.
After only a 2-week stint, the Trojans' short-lived run in the AP Top 25 is officially over after losing to Illinois on Saturday. Wide receiver Makai Lemon scored a touchdown late in the fourth quarter to put the Trojans ahead 32-31 with just 2 minutes left. Illinois then marched down the field to end it for the Trojans as time expired. Here's what Lincoln Riley had to say after the game.
In that moment when you're down 5, it's not like you can just sit there and be too cute with it. I mean, you're playing a really good defense on the road. Like scoring is not easy, and you got to live with those. I've been in that situation a lot as a coach, and I've seen it play too conservative too, where you say, all right, well, I'm going to bleed clock the first couple downs, and all of a sudden it's third down and that place is going crazy and you only got 2 shots. So at the end of the day, you got to score. That's a decision that we made, and
the story feels all too familiar for USC football fans. Riley's late game management costing the Trojans another win. Since his arrival at USC in 2022, Riley has struggled to win the games that matter, boasting a measly 4-11 record versus ranked opponents. Now, Kyle, was Riley right to score so quick, or should they have been a little bit more conservative?
I definitely think they should have been more conservative. They went for that touchdown on 1st and 10. You have at least 4 more tries to get the touchdown, but you give the ball back to Illinois with 2 minutes left, and it's almost inevitable for that to happen.
Yeah, I think if you have the shot, you got to take the shot. I agree with Riley on this one. USC gets a much-needed bye week to rest and regroup as they prepare for another ranked opponent in number 20, Michigan, next Saturday at 4:30 p.m. in a sold-out Coliseum.
Today was Lakers Media Day, and there were some new faces in the purple and gold. But here's what Luka Doncic and LeBron James had to say about their expectations heading into this upcoming season.
I think we show like we can play with anybody. I felt like we played the best basketball in the NBA. Obviously we had some new pieces to the team. So like I say, I'm very excited, and I think we can do some big things.
Great for our ball club, and I'm just looking forward to seeing how it comes together. And the best thing about it, we have a full year start.
LeBron James is entering his 23rd season in the NBA, and with the new additions of DeAndre Ayton and Marcus Smart, this Lakers season will be definitely one to watch.
And coming up next, a Roski student exhibition explores sensuality and self-expression. See his vision next.
A new art exhibit opened at the Roski Gallery just off campus. The artist, who goes by Junie, told us what this really means to him.
This is my art show comprised of a bunch of felt works that address the garden and the grinder grid, and I'm kind of just creating work in response to my experiences navigating rejection, feeling vulnerable, and yeah, I think I try to keep a playful essence in the work and also keep it interactive.
Felt U Grids and Gardens is at Roski students' artistic reaction to the world. The artist, Arjun, was inspired by the Rose Garden in Exposition Park because of its nurturing yet rebellious nature. The gallery is open until October 14th. Students who want to see the exhibit can make an appointment directly with the artist on Instagram at feltu.grids.
Adriana, that exhibit looks so interesting. You think you'll take a visit to it?
Honestly, from what I saw, I think I would really like to.
Yeah.
I mean, if he was really invested in the Rose Garden. I love the Rose Garden. I spend so much time there. So.
Yes, me as well. We'll have to take a visit together with our ATVN family.
Hey, why not? Trip. Thanks for watching Annenberg TV News. From everyone at Annenberg Media, I'm Adriana Yatsishin.
And I'm Connor Wyckoff. For more coverage, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so you never miss an episode. We'll see you next time. Good night.